Hey guys, it is the COVID-19 update in Singapore today. Actually, I had a really long day. Now, I just wanted to share this to the world because many people are wondering like what's happening in COVID-19 in Singapore, because Singapore is like a special state. It's like everybody is locking down, and Singapore is not locking down. There's still school, there are still activities running in Singapore. So Singapore is like basically running as per normal, or rather it seems that way to the world. We're running as per normal, but we're not locking down much at all. So what's really happening in Singapore? Let me just tell you. The first point I want to share is for the students. Now students, you guys are really funny. I know everyone I speak to, they're like, oh, I wish somebody has COVID-19. Oh, I wish that somebody will get it. Why? Because they don't want to go to school. And let me tell you the reason why you guys are going to school. Did you guys read the news? You see, you guys don't read the news, that's why you have to go to school. Let me just share with you something. Do you know that if you actually read the news, you probably do not even need to go to school? You didn't know, right? So why you don't know is because you never read the news. So let me share with you why. Because, first of all, COVID-19 doesn't really affect the young. There's a name for it, like asymptomatic, which means that even if you have COVID-19, you don't seem to show it. It's like living in you and nothing really happens. Like you look like you're happy all the way. So it's on you, but you're happy. La 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 la. Okay. So that's one. Number two is that you guys are not even interested or even afraid of these things happening to you. You're like, oh, it won't happen to me, never mind, it doesn't happen, it will happen to someone else. And because you have such a mentality, they're saying like, hey, just send these people to school anyway. Because anyway, if they're not going to school, they're going to go shopping and walking around, they're not even afraid. They're going out in mass groups, right? So what's the difference? Just put them in school. So you guys are actually killing yourself, okay? That's number one. Number two is for the people who are not living in Singapore, like you want to know what's really happening in Singapore. A lot of jobs in Singapore, people actually lost jobs. I actually spoke to somebody who just lost a job, okay? And this person has been working a job for 4 years and suddenly, boom, gone. People are losing jobs. Recession, is it coming? I think Singapore will say it's not coming, but we all know sooner or later. More than anything else, what is really happening at the offices is that there is a lot of staggered work. So people are going to work, example, Monday, Tuesday, then they don't go on Wednesday, Thursday, then they go again on Friday, Saturday, something like that. So it's staggered, okay? So 50% goes on day 1, 2, and then the next 50% goes on 3, 4, that kind of thing. So they have like 2 groups now, A and B. In another company, they have staggered in terms of like maybe for the first 2 weeks, Group A stays at home, Group B goes to work, and then the next 2 weeks again they will swap. So it's something like that. Long story short, staggered. Okay, everybody is being staggered now. And just yesterday we started this social distancing thing, which means that now there are chairs. Like today I went to Bedok Mall and they have chairs where they have like red crosses on top of it. So basically you're not supposed to sit on those chairs, okay? What happens if you sit on those chairs? Well, the SWAT team will come down and just fire the taser at you and you'll be crying like for your life. No, that's not really the truth. Nothing will happen to you if you're sitting on the red cross, except that you are pretty much an a-hole because you are okay. I mean, if you want to sit on the red crosses, then up to you, okay? But that's the social distancing thing. Like, I'm very sure if I go out with my loved ones, I don't want to be sitting like 10 meters away from, you know, the person. So I'll always want to be beside. So it's okay if you want to sit beside, but these things are just a general guide. Okay, third thing that has actually happened is finally, and yes, I use the word finally because if you actually check online, you realize so many Singaporeans are dying for this to happen, and we have no idea why the government did not want to actually implement this in the past, okay? So the third thing is that finally they have stopped people, if I'm not wrong, okay, if I'm accurate enough, they have stopped people from landing in Singapore unless A, you are a Singaporean coming back to Singapore, B, you're coming in for a long-term visit for a reason for a long term, then they'll take you in. If you're just coming in for like a short holiday or this kind of thing, they'll say goodbye to you. And if you're coming for transiting, I heard it's also not allowed. I'm not sure why, because you're just transiting, like going from A to B in the airport and then flying off again. So maybe they just want an extra precaution to that. But it sounds to me that practically everybody cannot land in Singapore now unless you're a Singaporean who wants to come back to live with your family in Singapore or want to come back to Singapore and stay here. So is it really good to be in Singapore? I honestly feel like yes, it is a much better place to be in Singapore, because if anything happens to us, we've got the medication and everything that is kind of prepared, or rather we have the medical staff who are really dedicated to their work. So it's really great at this point of time to be Singaporean. And it's also great that you are living in Singapore because you really feel like there's confidence in the cleaning level. Like when they say they're going to clean, they clean, okay? Other countries may say they're going to clean but they don't clean. So that is the one thing that we are really very blessed to be in, living in Singapore. However, there is a negative part to this, and that is that some people, or large majority of young people, they are overconfident. They're like, oh, Singapore is very clean, you know. Why do you think it's very clean? Oh, because I have this feeling it's clean. And I asked a few people like, why do you want to go to USS and stuff, and they say, oh, it should be clean, it should be clean. You see, everybody has this mentality like should be clean. Why? Because Singapore say they clean, so should be clean. But they lost the logic that you are unable to clean 100% of every single thing. So there is still going to be chance that the virus gets on you. Okay, so they lost that sense of that, but they feel, okay, the keyword here is FEEL, feel that Singapore is really very, very clean. So that, I would say, is the negative part of everything, because people are still mixing out, and if the virus wants to spread, you know, it's gonna be terrible. And for the young people, just please take note that even though you may not feel the effects for the first 11 to 12 days, what's gonna happen next is that you're gonna be the Superman who's gonna pass the virus to everybody around you, and probably you start to see people around you pass away. So if you don't want that happening, then please stop being irresponsible. Please stick to, you know, a small group, like 1 or 2 people, 1 person. And if you don't have to, just go home. You don't have to go and wander around, okay? You only wander around. I'm not saying don't go around to eat. If you need to go out, just go out, but be responsible. Don't go to like places of mass meetups. Alright, that's pretty much all that I have for you in terms of the COVID-19 update in Singapore. Personal update for myself, I actually sent the scam police. Now, first time you're hearing this scam police thing, right? Actually, if I'm not wrong, you watch a few videos back, I did talk about it. So there's this person, this troller, who actually called the police and say, hey, you know, this person is scamming for fun, I guess. And then the police went to freeze my account. So after that, I sent all the evidence that I wasn't scamming, but the police is still, basically the person is playing a joke on the police, not me, because I don't quite care. I have my own means to go and settle my money issues and everything. So basically the police is being a clown, or made as a clown. So Singapore police now is being made as a clown by other people, because they call in and just say, hey, this person is doing this, and then they have to go and investigate and waste their time and do a dance for them, okay? And then at the end of the day, they're wasting, after all the time wasting everything, they realize, oh, this person did not scam. So they basically wasted their time. They are actually being clowns to these people. They are being made food of by these trollers out there. And that's the current situation. My bank is still being frozen, but I'm okay with it. I don't really have to live by a bank account. The funny thing is this, I have never withdrawn all my money from my bank account. And then 2 weeks before this freezing incident happened, I actually went down about 3 to 4 times a day just to withdraw every amount in the bank. So meaning that I set it to 0 3 to 4 times a day during that period of time, and then suddenly this happened. So if I had my old living method and, you know, I didn't withdraw my money, all my money would have been stuck in there. That is my, you know, whatever has happened for me, and I want to thank God for that. Okay, that's all that I have for you guys for this COVID-19 update and my life update. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and see you next time, right? Stay cool, stay awesome, and be best always. Bye!